Hey everybody, welcome to Jen Lowry Writes. All right, I'm up in my gear today because I'm about to go on a podcast and be interviewed for Love Over Pizza. I think it's absolutely hilarious that I can interview people like all day long and not be nervous. Like I know that it's going to be just a wonderful conversation and it's just going to work out all right. But when it's my turn to be interviewed, butterflies. Oh man, I can't tell you guys. So I am like a little nervous. I'm going on my friend's show too. So I'm super excited that my dear friend Anne invited me on her podcast, and we're going to just talk all about the book and projects and writing. So I know it's going to be fun once it starts, but I just want to let you guys know that even though I've been podcasting for 2 years, when I'm on the opposite end, I can feel this way, but you have to push through for the opportunity to spread the message and share the word and just get yourself out there. So don't let fear stop you. Just keep going, keep pushing through. So today I wanted to get on a checkup with everybody and see if you have started the Story Seeds with the WWJs challenge. If you haven't, there is a video that we have linked back. You can watch the video, you can listen to that podcast, and you can hear all about how this began. But we started it on March 1st. Love how some of my WWJs were like, wait a minute, why are we waiting until March 1st? And they went ahead and started that Saturday before. So Nano Prep is a good time for me to really start to organize my thoughts and get myself ready and note take and work on some pre-nano stuff. Because one, this is my third nano. I did Camp Nano last year where I wrote The Sunday Killer. And so while I was doing the prep time, I was learning all about thriller plotting and plotting my book out, making extensive research notes. I love that time because it allowed me to immerse myself not only in the genre, but in the ideas and in the mindset of that book and into that world. So that way, when Nano started, I was already kind of at a jump start. So my pace was tremendous during Camp Nano last year. And I ended up writing a total of 70-some thousand words in that manuscript. And it became my next published book with a traditional publisher. So super love Nano. I'm going to shout Nano to the rooftops from here on out. And that's thanks to my friend Anne, who, if you guys stick around later, she's going to upload her podcast. You'll get to meet my dear friend. Because Anne and Tish, who, let me give a special shout out, it's Tish's birthday today. So Anne and Tish were the ones that really convinced me about the power of NaNoWriMo. And I was like, okay, let me just try this. Let me see what they're talking about. Man, I got sucked in, love that junk. So Sunday Killer was written during Camp Nano last year, and I wrote it live. So you could go back and you could check out a lot of those episodes if you want to do some write-ins with me and you just want to do it on your own time. You don't have to catch things live on YouTube. You can just go back to my playlist. So now that Camp Nano is starting April 1st, it's all about thinking up of the ideas and figuring out which direction I want to go. So that way, when April 1st starts, I'm ready. I'm ready to write. So thanks to one of my other WWJs, Sherry came up with the idea of planting story seeds. We were in the middle of an analogy about gardening, and it just all worked. And so I will tell you guys, I made a template on Canva. I love canva.com. I made us a beautiful garden template where you could use that to help you. So go to that video that I'm talking about and go to the links. You'll see that edible template. But for me, I didn't go that route. Even though I made it and I presented it for anyone who might like that creative part of the work, I just went straight to my journal book because you guys know that that's my go-to most times. So my journal has already 7 ideas that I could work through during the month of Nano. However, 7 It's my lucky number. And 7 is the number of the one that actually I am going to work on Nano Month. But that doesn't mean these other ideas are for naught. I now have them. They're going to be in my journal book, going to be able to go back. I actually created a Google Doc for them too, because I have so many journal books. I don't want to be like, okay, where was that journal at again that I wrote that? And I actually have started just transcribing them down. So I'm making a list of my story ideas, and I wanted to check in with you guys to see what you do during your nano prep. And maybe if you haven't tried this strategy, this could be something that can really help you stay motivated and just brain dump ideas. And so I've got my 7, and I can read my 7 out to you guys because I'm super excited about all 7 of them. So the first one is my Bible devotional for parents of teens. Now, I know this one is coming. I had a request for this one, and I'm definitely going to follow through with that request, and I'm going to create that one, and it's going to be on Kindle Unlimited. It's going to be a part of my Everyday Mom Challenge devotional series. I thought that one was going to be my nano project, so I put that down as my number 1 day because I knew that one had to come sometime this year. Most of the time, I will release a Bible devotional around Christmas time. So maybe that one is going to be there. I don't know. Maybe it's something I'll work on in the summertime or one of the other camps for the next Camp Nano July. Or maybe it'll be my big November. But I know that it is coming. So I wanted to make sure that was number 1 on my list. Number 2, Blood Moon. So that one is going to be a YA book. And of course, it is going to honor my husband's love of werewolves. We've probably exhausted everything under the sun werewolf. And now I'm just going to say, hey, let's write a new thing. So I'm going to be writing that. And Sam helped me brainstorm that idea out. Loved including him. He loves fantasy. He is so super creative, my little 13-year-old genius. So it was so much fun. If you are doing this Story Seeds project, inviting your family members to come along with you with this idea ride is amazing. So I want to encourage you to do that, or talk with your writing community about it. Say, let's do Story Seeds. It's not too late. You just got a week off. Just keep going. Just pick it up. So number 3, Peppermint Kisses is going to be a YA holiday sweet romance. Thinking it's going to be a YA. It may move from YA to New Age. I'm not sure yet, but that is going to be one of the books that I do want to write in the future. I already made a book cover for it. I absolutely love the cover. Maybe it's because I'm addicted to peppermint. I love peppermint coffee, creamer. I love peppermint lip gloss. Everybody that knows me, I have teacher friends that have bought me packets of peppermint lip gloss and passed them my way when they see them in the store. So thank you to everybody who has contributed to my peppermint addiction. I have peppermint oil, like for real, like no joke, everywhere. I've got one here on my desk, one in my pocket, in my coat, one in my purse. So that helps with my headaches. So I love peppermint. Okay, so number 4 is a special idea. And I love this idea so much, and I can't wait to see how it is going to develop. But it is going to be an MG book. Now, I love middle grades fiction. So I'm thinking it's going to be in verse. I've really been moving in that way of my love of books like that. So the prose, I'm like was so super excited to read Other Words for Home. If you've not read that book, please get that. Jason Reynolds, Long Way Down. If you have not read that one, that's my number 1. Go get that today. Crossover. So I was thinking of doing something like that, but I don't know if it's going to work for me. I was going to try, though. And so that's my idea for number 4. And it's about a girl writing her own story. I think the power of words in middle grades is the perfect time to introduce kids to that creative writing element. I know the power of it for well-being, but I also know that can be a great age when kids are discovering their talents and their creativity and writing. So, yeah, that's that book, number 4. So I'm super excited about that. So number 5, animals talking. So I have 2 for number 5, which is hilarious. I had 2 ideas that day, so I wrote both of them down. I have animals talking because I love that anyway. I've got Redbird's Day out. So I'm all about cardinals, and I was thinking, how could I do kind of like Grandmother Cardinal from one of my books. Grandmother Cardinal has a visitor, and she has like her grandkids coming over, and so they have to have a day out. And so what would that look like with Grandmother Cardinal? So I was thinking of Redbird's Day out. And then while I was on the idea of Grandmother Cardinal, because I love her so much in the Fae of Averly, writing that kids book for the Fae of Averly, writing that picture book that goes along with that middle grades. So if a homeschool family is reading the Fae of Averly, which is going to have a lot of a Christian illusion in it, if they're reading that, then they can have a picture book for their younger child, so they can be experiencing that same kind of Fae world. So that's what I'm kind of playing around with my mind. Like, I want to start building homeschool sets for the family sets with the educational guides, of course. You know, I make those anyway, but having like that picture book plus the middle grade. So then for number 6, this came out of just real life. So one of the things that Sherry was talking about is that, you know, now she's catching herself driving down the road and just looking around, being so observant. Well, what could my next story seed idea be? And I thought that was my alarm. I've got 3 minutes on my alarm, guys, before I have to go, because I'm jumping onto Anne's podcast. And her podcast is called Inspirational Journeys, by the way. If you have not subscribed, please go and check it out. Subscribe to it. You will be blessed. But that's what happened with me with the number 6. It just came out of a conversation that I was having with a new author. And they were saying, okay, talk to me about building a platform. Where do I start? I'm so overwhelmed. And so I thought I would do a checklist to give that out. So this was not a story idea as far as I'm going to write a whole novel about that, but I do want to create a checklist and have it available, and I want to do a video on it. So you guys stay tuned, because that's number 6, steps for the author platform. And if you guys want to help contribute to that, please, I'm not an expert at all means. I just have the living experience with this and have a lot of author friends who have gone through it. But you can send me, like, if you've already got something prepared and you want me to showcase it too, you can send me an email, jenlowrywrites@gmail.com. And so while I'm compiling resources, if you want me to give you a shout out, just let me know. And I will do that. And I'm going to be shouting out some YouTubers that have really helped me understand more about the other platform. I am not 100% there. I think that I'm always a learning. I'm always giving myself that grace to grow. That's our word for the weekend for the WWJs, or that our phrase for the weekend. It's to give ourselves the grace to grow. And honestly, guys, I'm always learning. Even though I've been working this since 2018, I'm actually on my 3rd year now. So I've been 2 years. I got to change the way I'm speaking about this life. This is year 3. Okay, so number 7 is the lucky winner of what I'm going to be doing in Nano. And I was challenged by Sherry, one of my WWJs, and that's the beauty of a writing community, guys. If you have not looked up the Writing Warriors for Jesus, we've got the best writing community. You can check it out. It's my Patreon group. So Sherry challenged me yesterday, and she said that what I provide for them in the writing group is so valuable, and she really wants other people to have access to that. But she encouraged me, because this is a business. She was like, it needs to be a paid course. You need to charge $25, and you need to do a course on your method. And I'm like, okay, so that's cool. So I got to pray about that. I got to package that, and I got to know what my method is. And so they challenged me, gave me a lot of brainstorming ideas, wrote tons of notes in my journal. I got off. I spent time in prayer. We were talking about grace to grow. I feel like God gave me that message not only for some of the ladies in the WWJs, but for myself. So after prayer, talking with Eli about it, brainstorming with Eli, I made a whole list of 12 steps. And so it is going to be the Monarch method. And I am going to be writing a book, How to Write a Novel from Start to Finish Using the Monarch method. You guys know me and butterflies. I may tell you the story of why Monarch probably became my business name. I feel like the Lord has provided many opportunities in my life for me to be inspired by butterflies, but mainly after my parents passed away, a story happened with butterflies. And so Monarch is my business name. So might as well stick to brand, right? And stay within what I love and the beauty of the butterfly and the life cycle of a story. So I have already created all the materials for that yesterday, and I've already done brainstorming notes on the book. So I already have 12 chapters. Well, then an introduction would be one, and then a closeout challenge chapter, then a resource chapter. So it's probably going to have 15 to 17 chapters in it, and that's what I'm going to be working with Nano. And I'm probably going to try to push myself to do a chapter a day, so that way I can get through that, work through that Nano project, have time to edit it, send it out to my editor. That would be what I would hope by the end of Nano, so that way it could get edited, and then I can release it for the June 1st course. So I would love to release it May 1st. So that way we give people 1 month to be able to have access to the book. I'm planning on putting it on KDP. I love KDP. I'm a part of Kindle Unlimited, and I get really excited when I go to Amazon and I see some really great resources that come a part of that subscription service, and I can click on it, or really great books that I can read. So I want to offer that as a Kindle Unlimited too. But so number 7 ended up being what I chose for Nano, and super excited about that. So you guys are going to hear me talking about it. I'm going to be writing live every night. It's going to be late because I'm going to be working during the Camp Nano. So I'm going to be like it was when I was doing Sunday Killer, but I'm going to get there, and you guys can be my accountability partners. So let me know what you're working on. Tell me how you prep for Nano. And I'm getting off of here, and I'm going to go jump in on Ann's podcast. So love you guys. Talk to you later.